Good morning, trading world. I can't say I'm surprised, but the title of today's pre-market outlook is the Nvidia Suprise or not aftermarket. Now, if you watch yesterday's pre-market, I was looking for a run-up in Nvidia pre-earnings to pull the overall market up. We got it, but it happened late, and it kept going after hours. I was looking for today to be a consolidation profit-taking day on Nvidia that would translate into a rounded reversal day for the overall market. I still think all of this happens, but we have to adjust the levels it will happen at. We are at levels I didn't see reaching until Friday. I did state that we were going to get a bounce on Wednesday, and this even pushed past my expectations of the bounce, even though a majority of it happened after hours. And I think I did, if you go back to the pre-market on Tuesday, I did kind of prepare you to say a majority of the levels that I was looking for were not going to happen until after hours or pre-market. So, as far as Nvidia goes, we are going to look for consolidation in an area between 766.51 to 743.31 and possibly down to 720.11. Kind of forming a no man's area like we did on ES most of the day yesterday, but instead of flirting with breaking the downside, we'll be flirting with breaking the upside. This consolidation in Nvidia will allow the overall market to fall throughout the day. Now, on the ES, something I said earlier in the week again was that a lot of important levels will happen pre or post market sessions. I am looking for the ES to consolidate around the upper resistance levels for a good portion of the day today. A pullback will start today during the session, but the important levels will likely happen after hours and pre-market. The ES consolidation levels, let me put those up on the board. All right, now that I have the levels up, again, expect to consolidate around the upper resistance levels for a good portion of the day. A pullback is likely to happen during this session, but the important levels will likely happen after hours. So, again, the consolidation levels that I'm looking for, we're probably going to hang out in between this 50.68 and 50.82 area for a good portion of the day. And we might even jump up into the 50.96 area. But the overall day structure and what I'm looking for, I'm expecting kind of a rounded reversal. So some point around the middle of the day, pretty much the things that you're going to look for a majority of the day is on the RSI, you're going to look for a kind of slow or kind of negative angle on the RSI. It's going to kind of phase in lower and lower, even though price action is probably going to push higher and higher during the first part of the day. And it just means that it's going to catch up fast at the end of the day. So we're probably going to see something like this, and as long as that RSI continues to push lower and the advanced decline line pushes lower, we're going to start to see this toward the end of the day where we get that push down, and that makes our rounded reversal. And it's basically the opposite of what happened yesterday. So I'm going to be very interested to see where we start off on the advanced decline. If we can start above that 300 range and we start seeing signs of pushing below that 300 range. The key is where we open up, because if we open up outside of that 300 range, below in what I consider range bound territory, then this thing could get ugly during the day. We could fall pretty hard during the day. But if it starts high, likely we're going to want to end high, and it kind of puts a hamper, at least in my perspective, a hamper on how much we'll fall during the actual session. And we'll want to pop back up to end the session. So those are the things that I'm looking for in today's session. Now, it doesn't have to play out that way. We had a nice pop in Nvidia, and Nvidia continues to rule the show and push up. Then the overall market will continue to follow and push up behind that. So you have to be on the fence. Like I say, this consolidation area is going to be very important, and breaking up early into the upper bound of this consolidation area kind of gives way that we can pop further up into the resistance table. So be careful on that. Stay ahead on the advanced decline line. If it rises and continues to rise, then we're in for higher highs today. So be very, very careful. And yesterday is a good example of why I always say your most important job as a trader is to protect the capital you already have. So by me looking to get short yesterday, it was important that I only put on an amount that I could afford to lose, because we see what happened with Nvidia as it jumped and kept pushing high. So there's always that thought that we could break out of a level and not look back, even though I don't think that is the case right now. But you have to always be cognizant of that, and to only put or risk amounts that you could afford to lose. So again, you do this by knowing and understanding the risk that you have on in each position and in the current market conditions. I was expecting a pop, so it was very dangerous conditions, and we have to manage that risk in accordance with our account size. I hope this helps. Wishing you a positive trading day. Let's go out and make it a great one.